everyone. I hope you enjoyed last week's video of me rotisserieing some chicken. But today we are going to make us some gravy for freeze drying. What I did was I saved the drippings from that rotisserie chicken, both of them that I had, and all the bones and scraps and all that stuff, and I've put it in this big cast iron Dutch oven. And I got a bag of carrots, and I just coarsely peeled them, coarsely chopped them. I'm going to throw those in with my chicken scraps. Then I got 3 onions, not the best looking onions. I'm just going to cut those in quarters. Throw those in, just like that. Now I got a big jar of minced garlic here, and I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of minced garlic. And then we're going to top that off with some water. Now we'll put that on high. We'll get that boiling. Once that comes to a boil, we'll reduce the heat on that, and I'll be back for that. Alright, that started to boil, so we're going to drop that down to medium-low. We'll keep an eye on this, and if that we'll skim that foam off as we're simmering this. We're going to simmer this on a slow boil for about 5 hours, and we're going to end up with some beautiful stock. So I don't think I need to show you the whole process. I'll just keep an eye on it and skim this foam off the top as it comes. And in 5 hours, it'll be done. I'll see you in 5 hours. I'm going to go watch a good movie. Okay. We have simmered that for 5 hours. Now let's reclaim it. Get rid of all those pieces. Alright, so I got that all strained out. It's over here in my scraps. I'm going to use about 1/4 cup for now of cornstarch. We'll go put a splash of water in that. Get this back boiling again. While that's boiling, I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. There was a lot of seasoning from the chicken that we did, but I think you could use a little bit of black pepper in there. And that's going to be some good gravy. Okay, that's come to a rolling boil. So I'm now going to drop that down to medium heat. We're going to slowly add our cornstarch slurry, and if I need to, I'll add some more. But you want to stir this as you add it so that you don't get any lumps. I'll decide whether or not I want to add some more. I will thicken that up just a little bit more. Another 1/4 cup. Some water. And that is a pretty good consistency for freeze drying. Oh, I'll show you what that looks like. It's not watery. It's not super thick, but that will thicken up a little bit as it cools down. So we're going to let this totally cool down. Then we'll tray it up. So I'll just keep that stirred as it's cooling down a little bit, you know. Oh man, that's full of that chicken flavor. Get some of that carrot flavor in there too. Quite nice. Alright, so we'll come back when this is more manageable heat wise, because it is steaming hot right now. And we'll try it up. I'll see you then. Alright, that's cooled down quite a bit. It's not totally cool yet. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to fill 2 trays all the way up. That would be 4 cups of gravy. And I'm going to fill it halfway here on the table. And I'm going to finish filling it in with the shelves, with the trays in the freezer. I'll do that off camera. That's just so I don't spill it getting it to the freezer. Doesn't that gravy look good though? Let me tell you, it tastes fantastic. Alright, so that's about half of a tray. Alright, so I'm going to let that finish cooling down. We'll transfer that to the freezer. Once it's in the freezer, I'll finish filling those trays up. Next time you see these, they'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. We'll get it frozen solid, obviously, and then we'll put it in the next run of the freeze dryer. So we'll see you when this comes out of the freeze dryer. Alright everybody, here we go. There's my chicken gravy. 40 hours plus in the freeze dryer. Check this out. Gravy. So, we are going to package that in my mason jars. First thing I'm going to do is powderize. Let's see how much we can get in a pint jar. Each tray was 4 cups of gravy. Let's get it powderized. Alright. There's it nice and powderized. So let's get it in my jars. There we go. That's one jar. Set that off to the side for a second. I'll do the second tray and I'll be right back. Alright. Got those bagged up. So each 1 pint jar has approximately 4 cups of gravy that we're going to call instant gravy. So what I'm going to do is put a 300 cc O2 absorber in here in each one. And we're going to heat seal these to save them for a later date. While my sealer is heating up, let's go ahead and get these air sealed. right, so what we'll do is we'll leave these out for a few days just to make sure that it maintains its seal. Go ahead and tighten those up a little bit. And we put a 300cc O2 absorber in here because, as you saw in my preparation, I did not skim out any of the fat. So this has fat in it, but fat needs oxygen to go rancid. That's one of the environments that it needs to have to go rancid. So I don't know how long this will last, but we'll check it throughout the years. And probably what I'll do is when I open this up and use it, I'll go ahead and replace the O2 absorber just to make sure we're using a nice fresh O2 absorber every time. And God willing, in 5 years, if I'm still here, I'll have one of these jars and we'll check it then. But periodically, I might check it with a meal that I'm having or something just to show you that it's holding up or whether it's not holding up. But I suspect it will hold up very nicely. With the O2 absorber, nice vacuum seal, cool dark room, should be okay. All right, so I am going to come back later. I'm going to go to Price Chopper and get me some chicken tenders for dinner tonight with some coleslaw and potato salad. And they just make the best chicken tenders, and they're not that expensive. So when I come back, I'll open one of these up and we'll reconstitute some for the gravy for my mashed potatoes, because I'm going to have mashed potatoes. Not potato salad, I'm going to have mashed potatoes. All right, so we'll see you then. All right, you guys ready to see some homemade, freeze-dried chicken gravy, rehydrated? Let's do this. So this is 4 cups of reconstituted gravy in a pint jar. And I've been trying to work it all out in my mind and all that stuff back there on my PC and that. And I've just decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with a 2-to-1 ratio. That is 2 parts water, 1 part gravy powder. So that's 1/4 of a cup. Get that in there. And we're going to add half a cup or thereabouts of boiling water from my Keurig. And hopefully that'll be about right. Let's see. This is a 2-to-1 ratio. Instantly rehydrated. That's got some great flavor to that. If I wanted to make that thicker, I could have put less water in that. But I think that's going to be about right. All right, let's get my dinner. All right, there's my chicken tenders dinner for me. Put some gravy on my taters. Let's get a nice close-up of that. Oh yeah. Let's see how this gravy tastes. Oh man, that's so chickeny. The flavor on that just pops. Now obviously we could have made that thicker. I did 2 parts water to 1 part powder just for the ease of math for me. And it is a little bit runnier than I would normally make my gravy. But the flavor is perfect. So I would say reconstituting it for you guys, just add a little bit of water at a time till you get the thickness you like. You can make that super, super thick if you wanted to. Oh yeah, I'm enjoying this. My favorite sweet corn. Look at these, what do they call these? Chicken tenders from Price Chopper. They are just, they're gorgeous. Way better than any fast food restaurant. Oh man. So moist, so tender. So there you have it. A nice short video for you on how to make a beautiful gravy from your leftover rotisserie chicken drippings and bones. Turn that into a beautiful stock, and then turn that stock into a beautiful gravy. Then stick her in the freeze dryer or freeze dry it, and you end up with a beautiful, I don't know how I put it away already, vacuum seal the jar. You end up with a beautiful jar of powdered gravy granules, perfect for us single people who don't want to make up a half a cup or a whole cup, because normally I would make a lot less than that. And almost instant gravy, and instant homemade gravy. Beautiful stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.